What's up, everyone? This is Goldilocks, former TNA backstage interviewer, manager, and you're listening to TNA Cross the Line podcast. Thanks for being here.
TNA Wrestling, Cross the Line.
And we're back with episode 246 of the TNA Cross the Line podcast. I am Colling Jr. With me, as always, is Dallas Gridley. In Dallas, we are just 2 weeks away from Hard Justice, which is taking place on August 13th. And we know our main event. It's for the NWA World Title. Jeff Jarrett, Sting, 2 weeks away. There's a whole lot more still to be revealed for that show. But Dallas, how are we feeling as we enter yet another week of TNA wrestling?
Bob, I'm getting hyped for Hard Justice. We are marching toward our next pay-per-view. It's going to be great. Impact just keeps getting great, as always.
Well, you are the type of guy that just enjoys everything, so
everything Impact, at least.
Shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. Now, I feel like we haven't actually sat down to record in 2 weeks or something. So I've kind of forgotten where we're at in terms of what is going on. Obviously, I know Sting and Jarrett. I know that Rhino and Samoa Joe, and to some extent, Monty Brown, kind of having a war of the words.
Right.
So Rhino and Joe did have a match recently.
There has been a lot of tension with AMW as well, it seems. I think we're definitely starting to tease some of that. Well, here, as a quick reminder, let me just run down the card from our last episode, the July 27th, 2006 edition of Impact. Team Canada is broken up, of course, as we know. And so Petey Williams, in singles action, defeated Johnny Devine, Shark Boy, and Sonjay Dutt in 7 minutes and 40 seconds. Then we saw the James Gang team up with Eric Young to defeat AMW and A1 in 2 minutes, 50 seconds. And then in the main event, it was Machine versus Machine. Rhino versus Samoa Joe, and that match ended in a no contest. 9 minutes, 45 seconds.
See, now the Machine versus Machine thing I like, obviously because of War Machine and Samoa Submission Machine. I would have saved that for a pay-per-view.
Well, so I'm confused because they don't really call him the War Machine in TNA. They call him the Man Beast. And I didn't even realize that until I was actually, I just recently edited that episode. And I was like, because when I write in the description, sometimes I'll write their names, like their nicknames, if I have space or whatever. And I was like, they don't call him the War Machine. What are we doing? That's like his WWE nickname, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
So, I don't know. Maybe they started to. And actually, the funny thing is, I don't even remember if they did on the episode. I think they literally just said Machine versus Machine. I might be wrong about that, and I might have totally forgot. But I found it very interesting. And I was actually trying to look back in the Observer here to see if there's any major notes about it, but I'm not really seeing anything.
Well, and I know that we've seen vignettes for Robert Roode.
Yes.
Becoming a free agent. Quest to find a manager, which who knows how long that will take for him to find. And then also Brother Runt. Well, a couple of weeks ago.
I was just going to mention that. Yeah.
Brother Runt was told a couple of weeks ago by Team 3D, keep it simple. Go for the X Division title. Don't ruffle any feathers. Clearly, they're going on a Japan tour or something, but Brother Runt made it abundantly clear, just from a facial expression, that he is not going to keep it cool and go for the X Division title, because he in fact proceeded to brawl with Abyss, and clearly that is where he's going to go. He's going to go for the biggest guy in the promotion, and likely get his ass kicked for doing so.
Right. So that's going to go super well for him, I'd have to imagine.
Yeah.
I also believe one other major, I shouldn't say major, it's not really that big, but Christian Cage basically got permission to be in Sting's corner if Sting agreed for the match at Hard Justice. And I think that is a very important detail that we will need to keep our eyes on. So
Yeah. And considering his recent behavior, especially at Victory Road,
yeah,
it was a phony, like, happy for you type of thing.
Yeah.
This just screams for Christian to turn on Sting. And that is why this match is happening at Hard Justice instead of Bound for Glory, to allow a heel turn. I feel like at Bound for Glory, you wouldn't want Jarrett to prevail there.
Right.
I would assume you would want that happy ending, similar to like last year's where Rhino won 3 matches to win the title for 10 days. So yeah, I would imagine that's what is kind of setting the stage for.
Poor Rhino.
Well, I mean, we say poor Rhino, but excuse me, ever since the whole ECW thing, turning them down and his passionate promos and burning the alleged title belt in a trash can, the crowd has, really picked up steam for him. I think that there's potential for a Samoa Joe Rhino match on pay-per-view or something to be cool. I just don't think. I think with all the talent that's there now, he's not gonna elevate himself to the top again. Like he got in right before Christian and like all these guys are making headway. Yeah. So
I mean, that's where it pays off for him, right? He got in right before he had to.
Right. He was, because
if he was like, what, just a couple months later.
Yeah. So he showed up in what? July?
Was it? Yeah, something like that.
Because he wasn't there for Slammiversary.
Nope.
I don't think he was. So yeah. So because he was like mystery. He was like a mystery tag partner or whatever. So he was like July with Jarrett. Christian comes in November. So if he shows up in like September, that's probably not enough time for him to get the title. He got in there just the perfect time.
Totally. Well, let's dive into some rating information. We have actually a decent little read here on that. And then I have a couple other small notes for you, Bob, and then we will be getting into the show with so much more, including a very interesting Bret Hart note. I think you'll like that one. But first, Impact on the July 27th show did a 0.76 rating and 935,000 viewers. The show also did a 0.67 in the target males 18 to 34, which is the worst number I can recall Impact ever doing in what is Spike's prime demo. If there is another decline next week, it will get to the point where Dave says that he's concerned, because until this week, it was pretty much what I figured would happen. Now, he goes on to say, like, if the product sucked, I could blame it, but the product is no worse, and in fact, it may be slightly better than it was 6 weeks ago. I'd feel better if the product had sucked, because then you could point to a reason, because you can always make the product better. The first week rating was a fluke high because of the Sting and Christian versus Jarrett Steiner match being pushed so hard in the last week with the lead-ins. The steady decline may simply be less UFC fans bothering as each week more people's weekly viewing patterns change. Another factor is television overexposure, and if TNA is drawing a lot of WWE fans, it has moved one step lower on the food chain due to ECW, and in particular, I just skipped the line. And due to ECW and the corresponding burnout of hours. If they are not drawing WWE fans, then it shows that males 18 to 34, in particular, so much of TNA's rating success is the Suddenly Susan syndrome. And that's he notes, is a show that NBC put on in between Friends and Seinfeld and drew monster ratings, even though it was readily accepted that the show wasn't very good. And And when it moved, it had to face reality that most of its audience didn't move with it, and it was quickly forgotten. The other key is the pure UFC audience, which is about 1/3 of TNA's audience is pretty clearly UFC fans who simply didn't turn off their TV at 11 p.m., is, as noted before, not getting a wrestling product that they could possibly like in 80% of the cases. Again, there also may be no wrestling product they would like. However, these numbers put a big question mark on the idea of moving them to a new day for a 2-hour show away from UFC, particularly when that is going to add another hour to the weekly wrestling schedule. He goes on to say a little bit more kind of in the same vein here. Spike also took a hit on the night because in place of the repeat of Unleashed, which always does a good number, they put on a Women of Spike special that they heavily pushed, and it only did a 0.61. The interesting note is the first segment of the show on, I'm probably going to butcher her name. Is it Raquel Lee? Raquel Lay? Or Rochelle? I don't know who this person is, sorry.
I've never heard of that name.
All right, well, she's the UFC All Access host and ring card girl. So her segment did a 0.82. And once she was gone, they did features on other hot women on the station, which, in our case, included Gail Kim and Christy Hemme from TNA. And the ratings fell off a cliff, down to a 0.47 for the second half hour. Yeah. No. The TNA ratings pattern was different as the first quarter opened at a 0.74. They opened at a 1.1 to 1.2 with the UFC lead-in. With the finish of Williams, Divine, Sharpboy, and Dutt four-way and the Christian promo, it went up to a 0.77. Eric Young and James Gang against AMW and A1, plus the Nash and Shelley tape went up to a 0.82. However, the heavily pushed Joe vs. Rhino match fell to a 0.72, and there was no way to say that isn't a huge disappointment considering it was built up for a week and the entire show and featured Rhino, who has gotten over to the live crowd in a big way, and Joe, who they are banking on as their future.
If I had to guess, the TV audience doesn't care about Rhino.
That could definitely be it.
I that's got to be what it is.
Right.
Now, before you continue on here, you mentioned something about the crossover with WWE fans.
Yeah.
How much of that audience do you think is WWE fans coming over to check it out?
Very little. I feel like there's.
I mean, I was one. I mean, I was watching WWE and TNA.
Well, so was I, but I feel like it's not like they've. Well, I can't say like they've grown, but I mean, there's got to be at least a little bit, right? I don't know. Do you think it? Yeah. I feel like it could potentially be less than half. Maybe I'm being weird and
so let's
biased
say,
to TNA, but
let's say that let's just keep it a round number, like a million viewers are tuning in each week, which is fairly accurate. It's around like 1,900,000 or something.
Roughly, yeah.
Okay, so let's say 1 million. I would have to think that 70% of the viewers are also watching WWE.
You think?
I don't think 30% of that is wrestling fans who are strictly just TNA fans.
Yeah, you're probably right. Because I guess when we started off on FSN, we weren't getting a ton of viewers, but I feel like they were so unknown at that point, there was a good chance that there was less crossover maybe because people just didn't know about it.
Yeah.
But since now they're on a station that did have wrestling before, I think that helps.
I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of the crossover would be Ring of Honor.
Right. That could definitely be the case too.
People who gave up on WWE, they found out about Ring of Honor, watch that. There's an alternative on the channel I can watch, so I'm watching Ring of Honor TNA, and then not WWE.
Right.
I would just be surprised if there's somebody that got into wrestling strictly because of TNA. But that's possible potentially with the UFC crossover. That could happen.
Oh yeah, I definitely think it could.
I would be surprised if it was a large number.
That's fair. You'll also be glad to know my last rating note too, Bob. It's just that the replay for July 29th did the usual 0.6, so that didn't drop or anything like that. But lots of rating information.
So the replay is doing a 0.6. They're usually doing like a 0.9 or 1. So they're like doing like a 1.6. If that's not horrible.
Right, and that's give or take.
If you combine them. Yeah.
Because no one's watching it twice.
I would have a hard time believing that someone's watching it twice.
Yeah.
Unless you're Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
Or like,
and he's got to watch himself twice.
Yeah.
Next up, there is plans on September 17th for a show in Mexico called TNA vs. AAA. And there is some very specific names that they want for this show. They really want to get Tracy Brooks and Christy Hemme to face off against, I'm going to start butchering names here in a second, Tiffany, easy one, and Estrelita. Plus,
I love how you said you're going to start butchering names here, and the first name is Tiffany.
Tiffany. There's actually no other names I'm going to put. That was just that one. Plus other talent that they're looking at for a show is Ron Killings, Abyss, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, Homicide, Low-Key, Conan, and Jeff Jarrett, and they're trying to make a play once again to get Scott Steiner. They tried once before, but Steiner wanted $2,500 to come in, and they weren't willing to go that high. Antonio Pena wants to load up because WWE is going to be in Mexico City on September 20th, so just a couple of days later, which holds 50,000 fans. So everyone knows WWE is going to draw huge, but he also really wants to preserve his all-time attendance record set in 1993 in the same building when he sold it out for the first Triple Mania.
Okay, so all these numbers, like in terms of rates and fees or whatever, it really cements to me just how poorly of a promoter I would be, because to me, I'd be like, hey, Scott Steiner, I'll give you $5,000. And so I'm doubling his fucking rate without even knowing it.
He just wants 25.
Yeah, but then, so like, I was watching a Davey Richards interview from a long time ago with Kevin Steen on the Kevin Steen show. And he was talking about how the indie show, he got stiffed on money, but it was only like $300. And this is like 2010. And I'm thinking to myself, in 2010, I'm actually watching Ring of Honor pretty regularly on HDNet. And, I would say invested in what was going on with Ring of Honor at the time. And I'm like, you know what? I probably would have been like, hey, Davey, I'll give you $1,000. Like, I don't have any idea of what these guys' value should be. And it makes me wonder. So Scott Steiner is asking for $2,500. What are guys like on the indies like now getting? Like $50, $100? Especially if they don't have like drawing power. Because ultimately, I understand travel and everything, but really, in terms of like working, they're probably working 25 minutes.
I mean, fair.
At max. So like, what are you paying them for that?
I'm not good at number shit, dude.
I would be atrocious at it. So bad.
Oh my god, that's probably my weakness.
If I were to run a show, it'd be one show. Because I'd be like, oh shit. I just paid fucking Studley Steve McKenzie $600 and he would have taken $60. Like, shit.
Yeah.
And hopefully Studley Steve isn't listening to this because I can't afford $600. So don't try to get booked on my fictional.
I don't think he is though. So I think you're probably good.
He was impressed with my NWA cyberspace knowledge.
Oh, that's true. He's gonna up his rate for you. Okay, Bob. This is my last note before we get into the show.
Wow. Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I have a bunch for during the show.
During the show.
Yeah.
Like,
There are negotiations going on for a major event outside the U.S. later this year. If the event is a success, it could open doors to South America, as the promotion is looking at putting the show together. It's not a done deal. And so it says, brings U.S. entertainment events on tour to major arenas in Central and South America. It would be a pure TNA show, although they want as many ex-WWE people as they can get. So it's possible that people like Sean Waltman or Jeff Hardy could be brought back in. Now, it's obviously rumors because negotiations, so I can already tell you where this is heading. But
yeah, I'm actually surprised that Waltman hasn't returned.
That's a really good point.
Because it's literally just been about money.
That's a really good point.
Not like, hey, he's doing drugs again or something. It's just money.
Yeah.
And he can still go, from what we've seen. So he can still compete.
Right.
He can still wrestle now in 2024. It makes no sense.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
His style of wrestling just is. He's always been criminally underrated to me. So hopefully we'll see him.
Well, he can still go. You never know.
Hopefully we'll see him back before 2010. That's all I can say. All right. Well, I guess it's that time. Let's get into the August 3rd, 2006 edition of Impact. The approximate runtime for this is 42 minutes and 4 seconds. If you want to watch along with us, head over to the TNA Plus app, or you can find it in your own personal collection. That should do the trick as well. I'm going to count down from 3. And when I say play, that is when the watch along shall begin. So here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Well, my only other thing here as we get through our intro is I'm going to give you some explosion matches. Oop, hold on. I just turned my volume up so loud it hurt my ear. Starting out with a Monty Brown, Samoa Joe, Rhino situation here. That's right. Monty Brown did get involved in that match.
Yeah. See, this will be a good refresher for me to know where we're at. Because there was a spear. He did gore them through that table. I forgot about that. So, yeah, this is definitely a three-way feud.
So this was taped on, I think, the same day as the shows we're watching here. Yes. So A1 defeated Ron Killings. That match aired on Explosion number 147, according to Cage Match, on August 4th, 2006. Then Gail Kim defeated Sorelda. That aired on August 11th, 2006. And then finally, the James Gang defeated Frankie Kazarian and Maverick Matt Bentley. That aired on August 18th, 2006. And those are listed here on my notes. The only one that's not is the A1 Ron Killings. But, oh, wait, here it is. It actually happened before the show started. So they actually aired that one first.
Jeremy Borash has breaking news. Sting has accepted Christian Cage's offer to be in his corner at Hard Justice against NWA World Champion Jeff Jarrett, who will have Scott Steiner in his corner. Oh, Jarrett's pissed. Jarrett and Steiner are in the picture now. Collusion. This is collusion. I need that shirt. Big Bad Booty Daddy. Can you imagine? I need that shirt.
It's a pretty good one.
Oh, Jesus Christ. There's another mandatory meeting for everybody?
Why?
This is the second time in less than 2 months that we're doing like a town hall meeting.
I don't like it, dude. Oh, they're pushing him around. Where's Christian? You know where he is. Tell us. Oh, shit. Steiner's slapping him. Oh, my God.
He's getting beat up.
Don't touch me. Oh, shit. He's just slapping the top of his head. Here's our intro.
Remember when we had that shitty fucking entrance?
Oh my God, dude, that's so bad. And it lasted so long. They switched up some of the clips in this, I feel like, again. I saw Christy Hemme in one point. And here we go. Right live into the Impact Zone. Oh, the return of Conan and the Latin American exchange. Oh my God, Sting's in the car. Your 60-minute adrenaline rush is next.
Wicked loud compared to the commentary.
Yeah, Mike Tenay was pretty quiet there.
Yeah, I think they must have fucked up on editing there. Sign. That's fine. Oh, we're starting with LAX, baby. Whatever their name. I don't know how they do the. Whatever. I don't know.
Here we go, baby. Homicide, Hernandez, and Conan coming out of the LAX entrance.
Do they keep that entrance?
I feel like it sticks around for a while because I remember it.
That's great.
Especially at this point in the Impact Zone with like the sound stage and stuff, like you can just kind of have that at all times. Oh yeah, that's right. 2 weeks ago, these guys beat the shit out of the tag team champions, signed the contract in blood. Conan just whipped a chair at the announce table and almost hit Don West.
He noticeably has a limp. Conan does.
Oh my God, he just threw something at Mike Tenay. He's kicking both of them out of commentary.
There's still that red phone that we really don't know what that's for. Is that for Cornette or something?
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be a Cornette thing, but I'm wondering if they... Oh, they've connected the Spanish announce team and Conan at the Mike Tenay and Don West take. That's funny.
Okay, so we got LAX here taking on Jarrett Clark, and his partner is a man that we will refuse to acknowledge. They're getting their butts kicked. Jarrett Clark is he's interacted with us on Twitter a few times. He's very appreciative of us going through the history here of TNA. He didn't realize that
he's had 2 other matches since he thought he had his last match.
Yeah, he thought he was done a couple of weeks ago, but I believe this is his final.
Yeah, so this is, so spoiler alert, I don't think he's going to get the win for his team. Hernandez squashing Jarrett Clark in the corner there. Is he already doing the border? Well, they didn't call it the border toss yet, but... Oh, there you go. Conan just named it. He called this the border toss, and damn, did he take that
good. Like, kill him. Kill him. Good.
Never mind. All right, going for the cover, double pin.
Sign me up. LAX, man, champs. Put the titles on. Fuck it. I don't care.
I have a real good feeling that's going to happen. Real good feeling.
Here's the thing, too. The good thing is that they're not undefeated because they lost the James game. So
right,
there is potential that they could lose to Daniels and Styles.
I think they got to pull the trigger, man. Just like the song. Let's go, baby.
Pop, pop.
Oh, the fuck? Daniels and Styles.
Oh, probably because of the...
From the Gringo Killer.
Gringo Killer.
Oh, Homicide, I'm going to put you in the hospital next time I see you.
I'm going to put you in the medical facility.
Homicide! Well, if you have Los Pantalones next week on Impact, you try to kill this Gringo. Oh, so we're going to see a little Homicide versus Christopher Daniels next week?
Interesting. Okay.
It's going to end in a 187.
Whoa! Daniels called Homicide a bitch, and he said a 187. That's murder. That's homicide. That's murder.
Oh, that's what... Oh.
Yeah, 187 is the police code for homicide. Murder. So
I like that.
You didn't know that?
No, I would not have put that together. I thought he was honestly saying an area code or something.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I'm glad Bob watches a lot of police
I
TV.
watch a lot of On Patrol PD, so...
I used to watch a lot, like
I used to watch Cops, but apparently it's not good anymore. But On Patrol Live is actually fucking good. I like that show.
Okay, we're backstage with Samoa Joe. I I have a quick note I want to try to get in before he starts talking here, but Ricky Banderas is probably coming in to join LAX. He was the original choice before Hernandez for the group, but because of Puerto Rico politics involving Dutch Mantel, who is aligned in the war with WWC, and Banderas being under control of IWA, it kept it from happening. So there's a chance we have a new member joining soon.
No, I don't think we need to add another. Samoa Joe is serious because he's got a collared shirt on this week, so he's
true.
He's pissed.
More justice. It's clear what he's got to do. He's got to add them to the checklist. There's been one man in TNA who's been undefeated for 14 months. Rhino Monte and Hard Justice, you don't know why.
He's been undefeated for 14 months, but he's a 2-time X Division champion. Make it make sense.
Oh, AMW versus the Naturals next, but wait, we're backstage.
No.
Scott Steiner and Jeff Jarrett beating up Jay Lethal.
What the fuck?
He's trying to tell you that he's not even arrived at the building. Where's Christian Cage?
Come on, Jay.
We're going to see a lot of Jarrett on today's show, huh?
Oh. Probably. We'll make Christian Cage find us. Whatever. Well, we're going to get a Scott Steiner Jay Lethal match at some point. Oh, here's a Bobby Roode, excuse me. He's not Robert yet. Bobby Roode vignette. What the fuck? Father James Mitchell and Shane Douglas are both. Oh, Simon Diamond.
And Don West, yeah, Simon Diamond.
So are these guys all trying to get, well, except for Don, are they all trying to get him?
It kind of sounds like they know he's champion material here. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So
Simon Diamond, and I'm going to be the guy who wants to guide you, or he will. Every manager.
I wouldn't hate Simon, like a Diamonds in the Rough. Like Rude is the leader of that.
Revamp it a little bit.
Simon Diamond. But then you know what? He would probably be seen as the Jab Squad with fucking David Young and Skipper.
Yeah, I know. Look at the pants he's wearing. Okay, so Douglas is typing up the fact that AMW has been the thorn in the side to the Naturals this whole time.
Franchise is 100% trying to lower his age by about 15 years with his attire. Those pants that you mentioned.
Whoa.
Hey, SoCal Val, we just saw almost her entire butthole. That's fun.
Whoa. Here are the Naturals, and I gotta say, okay, their gear looks a little bit better.
We're seeing Asylum footage, a cage match. That was
That's wild.
That was a good cage match.
They never show Asylum footage in these days. Look, we got new graphics on the side of our trunks, and we're wearing gold boots now.
Oh, right.
I like it better, but dude, doesn't it look like they sucked the soul out of the Naturals?
I was just gonna say there's like no energy. It's like they cut their hair and they zapped them. But is that the point? Like, is that what they're trying to do? Is this make them serious wrestlers or something? I don't know.
I don't like it.
Now, if anybody is just joining the show or not really familiar, as we said, we just saw the cage match footage between AMW and the Naturals. But back in 2004, 2005, the Naturals and AMW had quite the rivalry. The Naturals kind of getting the early advantage in the rivalry, and then of course AMW kind of figuring it out afterwards. But they've when they've been given the chance, have consistently had good matches against each other. For some reason, Don West is getting bullied a lot this week on the show. Conan, now Chris Harris.
Oh, okay. We're seeing footage again from Gail Kim, her interview just a couple weeks ago, where she's like, "I'm gonna fight Serelda," which they definitely did a tester match for that explosion match before they do it on pay-per-view.
Yeah, they're probably testing it out.
Okay, Harris starting off with Chase Stevens here. Let's
Chris
see.
Harris,
We got in.
friend of the show.
Yep, friend of the show, Chris Harris. One of our favorites. Yeah, but I do feel bad for the Naturals here, man.
Yeah, I don't know if this association with Douglas is really doing them any good, really.
I think if they were, the Naturals that we liked before, and then Douglas was with them, I'd be fine with that. But like, why'd we have to switch everything up?
Yeah,
I don't know. It gives me a weird vibe.
Douglas is really, Andy's haircut is kind of funny because you can tell that he hates it.
Hey, Bound for Glory note there. Hold on. Are they talking about that? I have a Bound for Glory note. So the October 22nd Bound for Glory is going to be at the CompuWare Arena in Plymouth, Michigan, which is the same site as the house show from a few months back that drew 3,170 paid people. The building holds
How
about
many?
3,170 paid.
Oh, I thought you said 30,000. I was like, what the
No,
fuck?
sorry. Now, the building does hold about 4,500, though.
Okay.
ICP, ICP will not be involved in the promotion of the show, and tickets go on sale just 2 days after this, which is, I think, what they just said on August 5th.
So the venue can hold 4,500. I mean, no.
James
Storm
Storm runs into
Plywood
Harris on
Harris.
accident.
Yeah.
And again, roll up. Jake Stevens got the pin. Oh, shit.
Wow.
That ain't good.
That's not good for him.
That ain't good. Wow.
This is Tag Team Breakup 101.
I mean, at this point, it's clear. It's like almost too clear.
No.
Uh-oh.
Naturals, run.
Yeah, because they got beat up last time. Scott Steiner's music's playing.
No, guys. Run.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They're coming from behind. Jarrett and Steiner hits the Naturals.
Well, I guess
Steiner's going after Stevens this time.
They came out the babyface side, so they wouldn't have expected that.
Look at hitting the catatonic on Stevens here. Oh, because they're friends with Jarrett and Steiner still.
But they really haven't noted that.
No, but they just brought it up again.
They just did.
Jarrett's got a microphone. Steiner is clearing everyone out. Christian Cage, if you won't come to us, we're going to make you get out here.
Right now. Come out, Christian Cage. I haven't done indie notes because I kind of forgot, but there was only one guy that had anything of note, which is Homicide. Back on July 22nd, Homicide teamed up with Jack Evans, losing to I don't know, B times B Hulk. I don't know. Is that how you say it? I guess. And SEMA in a Dragon Gate rules match for Pro Wrestling Unplugged / Dragon Gate East meets West global warming event at the ECW Arena. Oh, Sabisco's out here.
With his wig on. He's on the phone with Jim Cornette. a very important order. We're back from commercial, by the way, during this segment here.
These guys flip phone.
Polygraph or no polygraph, you're going to be fired?
Sabisco turned face.
Yeah, what the heck? That wig's doing wonders for him. The second order is for Scott Steiner.
Oh, no. Scott Steiner's going to beat up Jim Cornette.
Bring it on, Zbyszko. Oh, he's kicking Jarrett out of the building.
Wow. And then they played Jarrett's music. Okay.
That's weird.
2 more notes here for Homicide real quick. July 28th, he was involved in a 4-corner survival match, which he lost. Austin Aries defeated Bryan Danielson, Delirious, and Homicide at War of the Wire 2. And then on July 29th, Homicide defeated Mark Briscoe at Ring of Honor's Generation Now in Cleveland, Ohio. And I don't know. Yeah, well, I guess that technically would be something. That would be something.
Okay. White TNA down west here at the table. Bob, let me give you something else here while we're at the table.
Okay.
I got a note from a Bret Hart interview on Between the Ropes, and he says regarding TNA, quote, "I certainly would like to help them, and I think they know that. But the truth is, I'm happy with my time off. If I was going to do that, I would have to leave one day before to get there, and then you have whatever you have to do for that day of the show, and then it takes a whole day to get home. That's 3 days of my week, and obviously I don't need it that bad. I don't have 3 days a week for anybody."
Wow.
But I think that is very interesting that he's like, I actually would like to help them, but I just don't need to enough to actually have to do it.
Right, and he wouldn't want
Isn't that interesting?
But what would he do? He would just be like a figure, probably.
Yeah. Hey, we're hearing from Sting, but it's kind of just a highlight package, so. Oh, it's a TNA sit-down interview, kind of. Your thoughts on Jim Cornette, positive and negative. Hey, that's Steve Borden. That's not Sting. Oh, he thinks Jim Cornette's calling the shots the way he thinks he should. You'll also be glad to know that they're releasing the first DVD for Sting in October. Bill Banks and Simon Edwards went to California and spent 2 days with Sting talking about his life and career. And of course, all the footage is going to be TNA because WWE owns the right for his footage from his career, except the early Mid-South footage. So, who knows? Maybe that'll pop up. Tells Jarrett to watch his back. I'm sorry. Oh, he calls Christian Cage golden in his book because he stood up on national TV to apologize. That is quite the statement.
That's all it takes.
That's funny.
He said he's sorry, and you know what? That's all it takes for me.
He's golden to me, man. If you guys are following along at home, by the way, we were at 22 minutes on the dot. Oh, I know we talked about it before we got in there, Bob, but so the Bound for Glory Arena holds about 4,500.
Yeah.
At Slammiversary in 2024, which, as of this recording, aired yesterday, we have broken a streak in 10 years here. We had the largest TNA crowd in 10 years for Slammiversary this year. 4,000.
I would have to think that they would that they could sell that out in 2006, right?
The Bound for Glory thing here?
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to do very well.
I feel like if they, I'm assuming the 4,500 would be with the stage and everything.
I'm assuming.
Yeah. I mean, Sting, Jarrett as your main. Oh, fucking Brandon.
I am Brendan.
I am Sonjay.
What he's talking about? Number one contender?
Yeah, there's I think it's 5 guys that are wrestling tonight for the number 1 contendership.
Petey Williams, Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal just got his ass kicked, so he's not winning.
Yeah, there's no way. Well, no,
Yeah.
because that could be an obvious trope of like, oh, hey, this guy got beat up and he still won. That happens quite a bit in fucking wrestling. I mean, it just happened with Sting. That Victor
Kazarian
was blinded by gasoline and he still won.
He's talking trash about every person he says here. Everyone in attendance will experience the way of the warrior. If you think you have what it takes, I dare you to take what's mine.
Senchi's like double stomp looks like devastating, but he is kind of just, like the size of a child jumping on you on a couch. Like, does it really hurt that bad?
Okay, Lethal is coming out definitely looking weaker.
It could be just a discomfort type of thing. Yeah, no, Lethal getting beat up by Steiner. He's not super energetic. Of course, people are patting him on the back, not knowing probably that he got thrown into a locker.
Right. As everyone's coming out here, I have a Senshi note. Who's coming out here next? Oh, Petey Williams.
Is that Petey? Yeah, it's Petey.
Song sounds very weird.
Yep, and he also has a baseball jersey, but it's not Team Canada. It's just white.
He's just wearing white.
Yeah. Well,
he's got a little red on his boots. He didn't get new boots yet.
Yeah, never forget.
Okay. The situation with Senshi seems to be a lot better than it was 2 weeks ago. He hasn't signed a new deal, but seems a lot more receptive to it. This apparently only leaves Monty Brown as the only major player whose contract is coming due shortly. So everyone else is apparently safe enough at this point. Here comes Sonjay Dutt. We're showing like highlights of everyone as they're coming out too. I have a Kevin Nash note since I don't know if we're going to see him, but Shelley's about to come out momentarily. Now here comes Kazarian, which, by the way, he's not Frankie Kazarian anymore. He is Kazarian. Just keep that in mind. Regarding
Frankie to me.
Well, see, I feel like I always knew him more remembered him as Kazarian. But now isn't he Frankie Kazarian again now? I can't remember.
Yes, he's definitely Frankie Kazarian.
They just showed a wicked old FSN clip of him doing the flux capacitor. Shelley got a haircut. I don't know if I like it. It looks like slightly shorter.
Yeah, it is like slightly.
Match starts right away.
Oh, nice heel kick there by Shelley. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, there he is. Okay, I was gonna say. Indie notes here real quick for these guys. This is our main event, at least action-wise. Jay Lethal on July 29th lost to Teddy Hart in a number 1 contendership for the Jersey All Pro Heavyweight title. That was obviously in New Jersey. Sonjay Dutt on July 28th lost to Ultimo Dragon at UWA's Hardcore Return of the Dragon in Ontario, Canada. And our boy Frankie Kazarian, or just Kazarian, on July 29th, retained the Jersey All Pro Light Heavyweight title when he defeated Grim Reaper at Ultimate Rumble. Grim Reaper, one of the more underrated indie talents as well. So
we're back from commercial, and Sonjay just did a huge dive on the floor right before commercial, taking out everyone in the match.
Oh, what? He's doing the old Canada.
No, not for long, because Kazarian just stopped him.
Yeah.
My Kevin Nash note is it's kind of a pointless note, but I have it, so I'm going to tell you about. Regarding Nash's endorsement deal, andro test has nothing to do with a word that I'm going to try to say and mess up. Andro Steindoin. It's some kind of drug. But anyways, they use the word andro as a marketing tool. It's supposed to be a natural testosterone booster. So he's got this endorsement deal with this andro test company. And Andrew Stein doing. I don't know.
So he's got a sponsor?
Yeah. For a natural testosterone booster.
So like, how would we ever know that?
We wouldn't. Maybe if he's, I don't know, on his website or something. I don't know if he has one. I don't know.
I wonder if it'll be like on his, if he'll have like a shirt or a.
Oh, keep an eye out for that. All right, now in normal X Division fashion, normally these matches start as like the tags on the outside, and then they break down. Well, this one broke down, and now it has turned into the tag thing on the outside. So Kazarian and Sonjay Dutt are legal.
I hate the tag structure. It's
stupid.
Just stupid.
I agree. I have one final note that I'm just going to spit out here, and then we can enjoy the rest of this show. There's nothing new on the move to 2 hours other than a lot of talk within the company with the belief that at some point it will happen, and very possibly before the end of the year. But Spike has said nothing concrete as to when, what night it would be, or anything like that. So that is our notes for today's show.
Well, if they're switching to, if they go to 2 hours, okay. Well, they just did like a 4-way side Russian leg sweep because Jay Lethal hit a springboard dropkick onto Shelley, which caused a domino effect. They're diving headbutt on a Petey. Can Lethal do it? He got beat up by Steiner, and Kazarian breaks up. They better avoid Mondays at 9, and then probably also avoid whatever day of the week SmackDown is at this point. And then probably also avoid fucking ECW on Sci-Fi. So you're probably looking at Thursday, which is the current day in which they're doing it.
What do you mean?
Oh, nice counter by Shelley. Wow, he just dropped Sonjay right to the mat, countering a head scissor there. Oh, code breaker. Or yeah,
that was like a lung blower, wasn't it?
Yeah, but isn't the code breaker the same thing?
Code breaker's like on the head. He did it on his chest.
Okay.
Another headbutt.
Diving headbutt. For a guy with a head injury, he's hitting quite a few.
Canadian Destroyer.
That might do it. Son of a bitch.
Petey wins.
He wins. Well, I was kind of rooting for Jay there, but oh well. Just the way it goes. I kind of thought Lethal would win because he got beat up by Steiner. He recently had a match with Jarrett. Maybe. Well, you know what? Maybe he's going to have a Bound for Glory moment, and he'll be Senshi there or something.
Ooh, I kind of like that. We're outside the impact zone. JB almost gets hit by a car. But...
I was just going to say, what if JB got hit by the car? Who is it?
Jim Cornette is here. He needs to know 2 things. Is Scott Steiner still here? Yes. Is Jeff Jarrett gone? He said he's gone. Okay, sounds good. That's all I need to know. Oh, here's Eric Young. We gotta get this taken care of. This is driving me nuts. Am I gonna lose my job? What's your name again? I know you want to talk to me. I got fish to fry here tonight. Okay, well, there's gonna be another meeting next week to talk about Eric Young's future. Oh, wait. She was in the car with Jim Cornette? Whoa. We're Canadians. Give it to me. Oh, he says Eric Young has an impressive head. Did you make that shirt yourself? Yeah. No fair. Okay, he's going to talk to Cornette for him, see if he can change his mind. So Christian Cage just got out of the car that Jim Cornette was in. What could that mean?
I don't know, but I don't trust Christian Cage.
It's getting pretty fishy, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're back from commercial. Jim Cornette's in the ring for the meeting. I can't wait.
I'm getting good vibes.
No. All the fucking rosters out here. Oh, he's saying that. You haven't seen me much because I don't believe that TNA should be like the other promotion where the boss is out here all the time.
Really? Because I feel like we see Cornette all the fucking time. Emergency. You've been here since June. The middle of June. We're already having an emergency meeting a month and a half into your
Maverick Matt. I want to find Maverick Matt. I want to bring him out of retirement.
Oh, he's gonna announce matches for Hard Justice. This better not be like a monthly thing where he's like, I'm gonna announce the whole card for the final 10 minutes of a show.
Okay, let's hear what he's got.
He's going to.
4-way tag team match. America's Most Wanted. James Gang.
What?
Kazarian and Bentley. It's going to be the Naturals. The winning team gets a shot at the NWA Tag Team Championships. Now, I will say he said Bentley, and he's not Bentley anymore. He's Maverick Matt.
He's Maverick Matt.
Unless he's going back to Matt Bentley.
Is he Maverick Matt Bentley?
Well, he was that before as well, so I don't know. There we go. That's official. Brother versus Monster Abyss.
This is all for Hard Justice, by the way, folks. Just to be abundantly clear.
Yes. I like the idea of that 4-way tag match, by the way.
I don't even know who would win that. What, the Naturals? I would assume.
Yeah, I feel like it has to be. We already knew this was happening. Mountie Brown versus Rhino. Look at Scott Steiner all the way in the back. Did you see him?
Now, he just said War Machine Rhino.
Okay.
So he did see.
He's no longer the Man Beast. Samoa Joe wearing a different button-up shirt than he had in the interview earlier.
Yeah.
Falls count anywhere. I was hoping it was Monsters Ball.
No. Balls count anywhere.
Look at Steiner in the back. Okay. I'm getting a kick out of it. The paparazzi. Where's Kevin Nash? Oh, he's in the back? So Nash doesn't think the emergency meeting's an emergency. He wants to be in the X division. I wouldn't mind exiting him right now. That's a good line. Oh, next week on Impact, 6-man tag team match. Jay Lethal, Sonjay Dutt, and Chris Sabin, Shelley Devine, and Kevin Nash.
Oh, that's on Impact.
Yeah, that's on Impact next week.
Nash is not working a pay-per-view. He's working TV for that? Wow.
Maybe we'll get a one-on-one for the pay-per-view or something. Everyone else is the Mist except Christian Cage and Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. Okay, there's Christian and Steiner. Everyone else is leaving. Here he comes. What's it going to be? They're walking very slowly to the ring. Scott Steiner specifically is walking extra slow. There's a little problem. I want to get it resolved. I'm not a fan of wrestlers being seconds for other wrestlers.
But then he allowed it.
Hey, Steiner, you want to be in Jarrett's corner? Starting to get complicated. He's like, I'm afraid Jarrett's going to weasel out of the situation with the title, which I don't want to happen. Well, guess what?
For being an unbiased authority figure.
Just take it from him then.
Right. Strip him of it.
Next week on Impact, free television next week. No pay-per-view. No one's got to buy a ticket.
Nobody has to anyway.
You shouldn't have said that.
It's already free admission with your park ticket, so it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so it's Christian versus Steiner next week.
So we're getting Kevin Nash in his 6-man tag X Division match, and then we're getting Daniels and Homicide, and also now Steiner and Cage.
That's a wicked good Impact card.
That's a strong fucking show. The week, well, I guess really 3 days before the pay-per-view.
Okay, so all or nothing situation. Yeah, the best man win. Oh, Steiner grabs the mic from Jim Cornette, which scared the crap out of him.
Back the hell up, Cornette.
He just took his foot so far up his ass, he's going to be flossing with his shoelaces. Another thing is, oh, you're from that stinking country you call Canada. Go back up to that cesspool. There it is. Go back up to that cesspool for that place we call Mexico North.
He just apologized to all the Mexicans out there.
That I was wondering if this was where he was going to say that. I freaking love that line. Are you even speaking English? Because I don't even understand a damn word you're saying. Mike Tenay goes, I believe he said flossing with his shoelaces. Next week, live on Impact, you can bring your stupid metal headdress. You can bring your speech impediment. That's mean. And bring all your muscles. The result's going to be the same. You're not going to make it to Hard Justice because I'm going to hand you your ass because that's
how I roll.
And Christian's music hits. Christian's song, one of my favorite TNA themes, just saying. And it's so good, he essentially uses the same song in AEW. Just
yeah, pretty much.
It's so fucking good.
My favorite one is oh no, see that
No.
I fucking knew it.
Wait, is it Jarrett?
That's Jarrett.
He's been there the whole show? You son of a bitch.
Here's the thing. If that's Jarrett the whole show, that proves you that the other stuff was pre-taped a long time ago.
Fucking dude, that wall is so fucked. They just put Christian through it now too.
Yeah, that's definitely a damaged wall. When we first saw that at the beginning of the show, I was like, that might be something. Son of a bitch.
Next week, little match card graphic. I like that.
All right. Well, I would say that was a good show. And then next week's show, just from a wrestling standpoint, I mean, I don't think Steiner or Cage will necessarily be great, but we get Nash competing against the X Division. And then I'm really looking forward to Daniels Homicide. That could be pretty
cool.
Dude.
So. I feel good about that, too. I don't even have to think about that being a good episode. I also enjoyed that one quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I think it made me even that much more excited about Hard Justice. I think it did a very good job at that.
Yeah, Hard Justice shaping up to be pretty good too.
And then we have one more between Hard Justice and Bound for Glory, correct? It's No Surrender?
No Surrender, yeah.
So No Surrender might suck, but Hard Justice is looking to be the show. This is the one. That's what they said for Slammiversary. I'm thinking Hard Justice is the one to order for the summer.
Yeah. I would say so.
Sting, Jarrett,
Jarrett,
LAX, AJ, and
yeah,
Daniels. I don't know, dude. This card is sounding. Petey and Senshi.
But here's the thing, right? And I don't think we really thought about this. August, you're going up against SummerSlam. Now I don't know what the date of SummerSlam is. I would imagine it's more towards the end of the month. So if you're in a household where you can only afford one pay-per-view a month.
Well, yeah, you're not going to get that.
You're probably not going to get hard. You're probably going to go buy SummerSlam. I would just have to imagine. So.
I was thinking of the other one. No, you're right. It's her Justice going kind of against SummerSlam in a way, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So.
Okay, and what is this, 2006?
Yeah.
That's a good ass SummerSlam, isn't it?
I think so. I think it's like Edge and Cena and like some other stuff that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Yep, Edge, Cena, Shane and Vince versus DX, King Booker and Batista, Mick Foley, Ric Flair I Quit match, Hogan, Randy Orton, Big Show, Sabu, Rey Mysterio, Chavo.
So
it's pretty good, but
Sam's probably getting the nod there.
I don't know. Hard Justice sound pretty good to me. I'll let you know when we watch it if I would pick one of you.
Gail Kim versus Geralda.
Okay, besides that match.
Yeah. All right. Well, next week is the go-home show before Hard Justice that we're actually getting more and more interested in. Again, we get Cage Steiner, Kevin Nash in the X Division 6-man tag, and then also Daniels in Homicide. Daniels is promising a 187 on the 187. So be sure to join us once again next week for some more Impact. Until then, for Dallas Gridley, I'm Bob Colling Jr. This has been the TNA Cross the Line podcast.
Orgullosamente Latino hasta la muerte y después. Worldwide Latino pride, the ambassadors of violence. LAX, K-Dog, the notorious 187 homicide. Bang the dang the dang dang. Don't say nothing. Bang the dang the dang dang. We be dumping. Bang the dang the dang dang. Just act like you know and homie stop rocking through stomping. I'm from Miami, not Compton. Down with the S's in the 6-4 hopping. To my Boricuas in the 787. And those up in Brooklyn pulling 211. I come through stomping, rolling in my low top chucks, making sure you suckers feel me every time we bust. Shackled up like a nut, going 5150. G'd up and the feet up, creased up in some dickies. I rap a lot, like the label out of Houston. Sneaky like the clucker in the shop, straight boosting. To all my gente down in Juarez. Cálmate un momento, paisa, no dispares. Put it down from Killer Cali to the MIA. Ask the homie Crazy K, yo man, that boy don't play. It's in my NIAK, putting it down all day. Representing Southern Cali, get in my way, don't get sprayed. We be dumping. Bang the dang the dang dang. Don't say nothing. Bang the dang the dang dang. We be dumping. Bang the dang the dang dang. Just act like you know and homie stop fronting. We be dumping. Bang the dang the dang dang. Don't say nothing. Bang the dang the dang dang. We be dumping. Bang the dang the dang dang. Just act like you know and homie stop fronting. The funk, man, you suckers ain't knowing it's the KDOG in the place to be. Put it down like Rey Mysterio representing SD. Don't act stupid and act like you know. Make your body bend and face touch the flow. Political with a ghetto pass, and when we step on the scene, watch the cameras flash. Cause they can stick with real gangsters that are known to ride. It's K Diggity Diggity Dog and the homie Homicide. Like in the rip from SD out here putting it down. An OG from Carroll City representing his town. Aw, damn, here we go again. A Cuban, Puerto Rican, and those crazy Mexicans. From shiny chrome swings to shiny chrome rims. A violent superhero in a black brim. We be dumping.